Well, hello, Adine.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
So let's talk about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. What should we keep in mind, and what are some tips you can share with us about breast cancer?
Well, I want to just talk about maybe some facts about breast cancer, some things we can do to help prevent it, and how we can just become more aware of Breast Cancer Month and the effect that it has on women, women of color, or all women and men. Um, and and since we know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I wanted to specifically for our group encourage everyone to increase their knowledge and awareness of the month. You know, each year in the United States, there are about 264,000 women that get the disease. So it's out there and it's very prevalent. And for our group, we can increase our awareness by, say, participating in events, um, donating to charities, or just reading up on our own. And some other things we can do include encouraging each other, encouraging other women, our daughters, our sisters, aunts to get screening, to make sure they're getting screening. Even though we had COVID and a lot of folks missed out on that, we still want everyone to be screened for that. And we also want to show our support to women that we may know that may be going through it, you know, that are fighting the disease. We want to call them, text them, send them a card. That does a lot for someone who is dealing with this right now. So some facts that we should know, the main one for me is early detection. That's the key. And mammograms are the best way to detect growths early. When it's found early, it's easier to treat. And it's good to have breast self-exams too, but that's when you can feel it and they can still treat it at that time. But we want to, again, encourage the mammograms, because the mammogram can pick up a lump when your own self-exam cannot, and start giving your treatment early. So if you do your mammograms, we want to encourage monthly self-exams, you know, to help along the process. I was listening to Good Morning America. There are new treatments every day, especially for metastatic cancer, and that's the cancer that travels outside of the breast. So we want to encourage hope also, so folks don't think, oh, it's metastasized and there's no hope. There is hope. There are treatments every day, and that's why we donate to increase the research so that we can have treatments. Usually mammograms start at age 40 unless your history dictates that you start earlier. And your provider would know that and schedule for you. But 40 is the age, and annually you should have a mammogram. Some things to know, to note on your body, to kind of make you go, you know, maybe I should get that checked out. Any change in the size or shape of your breast, any pain in any area of your breast, nipple discharge if you're not breastfeeding, and you see something coming out of your nipple, you want to get that checked. And also a lump in your breast or under your arm. We have breast tissue that travels under our arm. So when we are doing checks, you do want to check under your arm. Some risk factors that we should be aware of. And of course, number one is being a woman. Although there are men who get breast cancer, 1 out of 100 men a year are found with breast cancer. But being a woman is a risk factor. And also being older. Most cancers are found in women over 50. So breast cancer, over 50 women, you want to just double check. And to lower your risk, you want to stay healthy, have a healthy diet, exercise regularly, and that helps with a multitude of other health issues. But for breast cancer, it's listed as something to do to lower your risk. You want to decrease alcohol, or really no alcohol would be great. But if you're drinking, drink in moderation. And for women that are childbearing age, you want to breastfeed, because breastfeed helps in the long term as you get older. That's a supplement. So I just wanted to briefly just encourage women to check themselves, get your mammogram, pay attention to your body, support folks, read what you can about breast cancer, and just be aware, because I don't think it's going anywhere, and we can help the process of treatment and healing in our lifetime.
And as you know, Adine, I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I did go for my annual mammograms. I have been for many, many years now, and my breast cancer was detected not through the mammogram, but because of my mammogram, the doctor said that something didn't look quite right. The left side of my breast, my left breast looked different from my right. They didn't know what was going on. So they had me come back again for another mammogram, still unsure. Then I had a ultrasound and then a breast MRI, and that picked up the breast cancer. So even though I could not have picked it up from a breast self-examination, it was picked up by going for my mammogram. So doing both of those and going for your follow-ups are very important. And also I wanted to say that I know earlier you said something about donating to charity, because in my case, my breast cancer was the type that responded to a certain kind of oral treatment, medications I can take by mouth. And because of all the science and the technology we have and all the research that's done, they are nowadays able to sometimes target your treatment for the type of breast cancer you have. So I can't emphasize how important it is to donate to charity. And if you can, do those walks, raise money so that the treatments can become more and more strategic and maybe not as invasive. I thought that I would have to have my breast removed, but they said, no, we caught it early. It's about the size of a small pinky fingernail. And we'll do a lumpectomy. You take medication, which will make your body not respond to that kind of cancer, hopefully, over the years. So it's so important to do all that we can
Right.
to help with this, to help find a cure and to find additional treatments.
Right. And it's good to have a provider that listens to you, that does follow up, that doesn't kind of brush it off and say, well, let's wait a year. Something looks kind of fishy, but I think we can wait a year. So that encourages you to advocate for yourself. And it's good to have a provider that said, let's just make sure nothing is wrong, because that doesn't always happen.
And also the cards, I got the cards, the texts, the prayers, and I am someone who does worship and believe. So all those things were helpful. My church pastor, and also my women's Bible study group, all those things, and my family, my mother and my father and my sister and good friends, that all made a big difference. It made a huge, huge difference for me to have that support around me as I went through this journey.
And it does show, research does show that support, encouragement, just feelings of wellness do help in your treatment goals. Laughter, being happy, all of that helps in your treatment. We have the medication, but your faith, there's research on faith and how that helps also. So we want to just combine all of that, just encourage everyone. Be prayerful, read your cards, talk about it, laugh, joyful, get your treatments. Yeah, it all goes towards your health and well-being.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Adine, for this very, very vital and important information.
Thank you for having